Hello everyone, and welcome to what I guess is the finale of part 1 of the Eden raids. It would make sense. The next piece of the puzzle. Reen appears to have been overcome by exhaustion. It's nothing. That didn't look like nothing to me. You'd better lie down for a while. No, really, I'm fine. Anyway, we've still got work to do. Nay, Thancred has the right of it. 'Twould be unwise to exert thyself overmuch. I appreciate your concern, but I do wish you'd stop fussing. Reen, thou knowest not the strain thou dost place upon thyself. Though the elements of water and earth have been restored, continued exposure to the empty, stagnant ether may yet sap thee of thy remaining strength. Now that you mention it, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts ever since we got here. I should probably get away from the empty and rest for a while. I was a complete 180 on that. I was like, no, I need to continue. Actually, no, wait, rest, yeah. Pray do so. Meanwhile, I shall remain here. The restoration of the first two elements hath produced unexpected results, and I require time to analyze our findings. However, I must ask thee to refrain from discussing our work in the empty, even with our closest comrades. Why? I thought they'd welcome the news. And indeed they shall, once we have more to show for our efforts. Nevertheless, this mission is one of surpassing danger. I am loath to place our dearest friends at risk unless absolutely necessary. You have their best intentions at heart, I'm sure. But, to be perfectly honest, I prefer not to keep secrets from people that I trust with my life. I don't want to make a habit of this, but I'll do as you ask. It seems to me that Reen isn't the only one who could benefit from a change of scenery. Our Sleeping Beauty would likely fare better in more hospitable surroundings. We'll need to have our associate from the Crystarium organize a safe place for her to stay. If you and Alex could go on ahead and have a word with him in Mord Souk, we'll catch up with you once Urianger is finished. Whatever it is he needs to do. Okie dokie. Perhaps thou too shouldst accompany her on the return journey. I dare say she would be glad of thy presence. No, not this time. She's come such a long way since we first met, and I worry that relying on me too much will only hold her back. We won't be staying on the First forever. The time will come for Reen and I to part ways, and for her to follow her own path. I know you understand this too, Urianger. I see you trying to pass on as much of your knowledge as possible while you still can. And to her credit, she's actually taking most of it in. Reen is possessed of a natural affinity for etherology, unlike some who shall remain unnamed. A natural affinity for staying awake during your lectures, more like. Though, come to think of it, she doesn't really take after me at all. However, like thee, she is predisposed to brooding in silence in lieu of voicing her concerns. Says the master of keeping his cards close to his chest. Anyway, Alex, you'd better take the sky slipper with Reen. It's true that she's been through a lot lately, but so have you. We'll need you ready for the challenges that lie ahead. So go on and have some rest. Or get some. Go on, get some. We shall await news of thy safe arrival in Armor Rang. We'll have to decide whether it's worth posting Crystarium guards to watch over Eden while we're gone. As there is little risk of our camp being ransacked, it may be left unattended in our absence. Fair enough.
It seems like you were all having quite a serious discussion. I hope I haven't given you any cause for concern.
Nah.
Well, if you say so. I probably shouldn't stay in the empty any longer than necessary, though. So, do you want to take the first shift piloting, or shall I?
Beep beep.
Whew. I'm glad I had you there to keep me company. I've no idea how I would have passed the time otherwise. Now that we're here, I need to go and find our contact from the Crystarium. But before that, I was hoping I could have a word with you. Something's been on my mind.
Okay.
This might not be the best place for it, though. Those creatures over there look a bit hungry.
Which ones? The ones like miles away. Or was there someone behind me?
When I first spoke to Thancred and Urianger about what I'd sensed in the empty, part of me wished we could have just left it alone. I guess if I was scared of what we'd find. But now that we found Eden, I know that I made the right choice. And if I'd given it into my fear, I probably would have spent the rest of my life wondering what might have been. From now on, whenever I hear that voice inside telling me to run away, to hide, I won't listen. That's not who I am anymore. Even so, all the courage in the world is not going to help me decide what we should do with that girl when she wakes up. Do you remember what she said right before she passed out? Why am I here? What is happening? What if she's being controlled or forced to act against her will? Whatever the case, it's clear that she's not a monster. She's a person, like you or me. Obviously she knows something about Eden, and we need all the information we can get. But more than that, I just want to talk to her, to find out who she is, and if there's anything we can do to help her. On the other hand, we mustn't forget that she's already attacked us once. What's to say she won't try again when she wakes up? If she keeps us from reclaiming the empty, it will be all my fault. It's no good. I can't make up my mind. What do you think we should do, Alexander?
If Alvin were here, he'd talk things through with her. Even Emmett Selk had his reasons. We should at least hear her out. There's not much we can do until she's awake. I mean, I guess even Emmett Selk had his reasons. We should at least hear her out.
I see what you mean. Perhaps if we'd been able to come to an understanding, things wouldn't have ended the way they did. I hope that that she's nothing like Emmett Selk, but we won't know until we speak to her. Until then, I'll try to concentrate on the here and now. Speaking of which, I still need to see to Urianger's errands. The person we're on our way to meet lent us the skipper and most of the apparatuses we've been using. And since we've been sworn to secrecy, I assume the same applies to him and his colleagues. Anyway, once that's over with, we can find a place to relax.
Oh wow, that's quite the nice teleport, thank you! Aha, Eden Relic Exchange. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Now that we're here, allow me to introduce you to two members of our inner circle, or whatever you want to call it.
Hello!
That's Gulgul, who's interested in trading for any relics we find in the empty.
Come on! Treat me your garbage! I give you good things.
Apparently, he mostly deals in exotic weapons and whatnot, but he's agreed to keep us supplied with whatever else we can't get from the Crystarium. Now the one we came to meet should be around here somewhere.
Ah, Reem! What a relief it is to see you returned unharmed from your expedition.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. We were gone a bit longer than we expected. Alexander, I'd like you to meet Luri.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. As representative of the Settlement Council, I'm here to oversee the delivery of equipment deemed necessary to your mission. I'll be on hand to provide any assistance you may require. Thank you.
Actually, there's something we'd like you to take care of. It's probably best not to talk about it in the middle of the market, though. I'll take it from here, Alexander. You should get some rest. But before you go, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. We still have a long road ahead of us, but if we give it our all, there's nothing we can't handle.
Sure. You a guess? Bum 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 bum. I see. Though it is mere supposition, it would behoove us to proceed with caution. Moreover, I would refrain from discussing the matter with Reed and Alexander until we know more. Well, I appreciate you telling me, even if it is too soon to be sure. I'm the one watching over her after all. The Oracle of Darkness. I pray it is not true. Intriguing. Well, that we're done. Greetings, Alexander. How may I be of service? Oh, right, this will be to unlock EX. I may as well do this now. Talk about Rin's first report. Sure. Information regarding the work being Information regarding the work being carried out at the Empty is treated with the utmost secrecy to avoid it falling into the wrong hands. We limit the keeping of records and such to a bare minimum. Having said that, it does become rather difficult to keep track of the supplies that we deliver. So I've asked Rin to provide reports of your activities. The first such report will cover the time from your arrival in the Empty to your battle with Titan. Though, truth be told, I cannot help feeling that this was rather a large burden to place on Reed. Now, no doubt she has enough on her plate as it is.
Luri, I did what you asked. Ah, Alexander, just the person I was hoping to see.
Oh, is that so? Well, before we go any further, please allow me to take receipt of the report. And I hope you do not think it impertinent of me to ask, but what business might you have with Alexander?
Actually, I brought something to show you. Thancred and Urianger brought this back from Eden's core. If you look closely, you can see images of your battles in the Empty. Urianger seems to think they are Eden's memories, captured in crystal form. Would you like to see?
Sure. You gaze into the crystal. Visions of previous struggles race through your mind with an intensity that far exceeds anything you have experienced. What's wrong? Different from how you remember it. Oh, how odd. What could cause Eden's memories to become so distorted?
Well, we've been extracting and realigning enormous amounts of ether. Maybe that affected the crystal in some way.
Even so, I expect that we can find a use for this extraordinary artifact.
I think I have an idea. Although it shows images of things that never actually happened, studying them may help us prepare for the challenges we'll face in the future.
Makes sense.
Speaking of studying, Urianger's given me a few terms to read through before our next expedition. I'd best get back to it, but I'll be seeing you again soon.
Eden's Gate Savage now accessible. Greetings, Alexander. How may I be of service? Ask about you. That strange girl you met in the Empty is in our custody. Oh, I just realised. Like, they haven't showed what she looks like. She's going to be like the artwork that, if I remember correctly, I'll put here, that they showed off when they announced Eden. I bet that that's going to be her. Although, she had a different weapon from a greatsword. She had a hammer. Anyways. Her location is a closely guarded secret, and she is being monitored night and day for any changes in her condition. We have also been treating any information regarding your mission as strictly confidential. It would cause quite a stir among the people of Northrend were it to become public knowledge, and we cannot afford for anyone to interfere with our work. Fortunately, the majority of the tasks we perform, such as delivering supplies and equipment, tend to go unnoticed for the most part. In order to maintain the status quo, I and my colleagues will continue to lend our support in as discreet a manner as possible. Alright, thank you. And here's our gear. So, magic. So we can get our boots. And by the time I've done this video, like, and actually put it out, because it's like right at the end of the story, I'll have the whole set. So let's get the boots. Oh. Alright. You get that for doing the fourth one each week. A golden blade forged by some ancient civilization recovered from Eden's Gate. An extravagant bangle forged by some ancient civilization recovered from Eden's Gate. Tarnished greaves forged by some ancient civilization recovered from Eden's Gate. Heavy chauses forged by some ancient civilization. An ornamental belt. Wrought iron gauntlets. Emblazoned armor. And a winged helmet. Alright. Well, I may as well try the stuff on, even though you're going to see it in like a second. Because for once, I actually really like the casting outfit. It is still a tiny bit feminine, but it's actually kind of nice for once. Whereas the healer outfit, however, let's say I'm not so much a fan. And I 100% expected, because I can't remember which one it comes under. If I look, there is... Yes, there, the striking outfit. There is a black version of it. So I 100% was like, oh, okay, that's definitely what Casta's gonna get, and I'm gonna hate it. The black one looks a little bit nicer than the white, but if you're a female, on a male, it's a bit dressy, to say the least. I suppose we may as well look at everything while I'm doing this. Ah, so it might be the same outfit. Hello there. I'll look at the last one of these. Now I'll have a quick look. I just realised I'm still zoomed in. It's okay. That one's okay. It would be nicer if the wing was on both sides. But not the end of the world. Before I forget, I want to have a quick look. Oh, the weapons are in here. I can look at them in a sec. Fending. Fending. Now, if we try to dye this... Not quite the same. It doesn't have the blue accents for a start. It does have the long hair, which is quite cool, actually. Doesn't have a visor form, though, which I thought it might. May as well look at the weapons while I'm here, then we'll look at the last lot of stuff. It's okay. I really like that. Like, the extended hair part of that. I want to put the weapon away so I can have a look on the back. It's nice, I guess, but I don't like the weird bend to it. Great sword. Can be dyed. Ooh, that looks nice. What's the mana trigger like? The helm is not helping. It's interesting. It's a bit overly complicated though. Also, it's a double sword. I was going to say it's very thick. Weird. Also a bit weird. I can't say why. Something about that's really weird. I kind of like that. It reminds us of Sophia's weapons? Or was it no, it's not Sephiroth. It must be Sophia I'm thinking of. Ooh, I like the sheath. And the blade's pretty nice too. I like that one. And shield's not bad. I wanted to quickly check these, didn't I? Right, so scouting. Well, I don't have that on. I'm an idiot. So that seems to be the alternate version of the one that Casta's got, which is a bit might be a bit nicer when it's dyed black, but that looks a bit yucky to me. See what aiming's like, and then we can look at the rest of those weapons and be done. Not bad. Nicer without the helmet, I'd say. Magic. Alright, so let's see. Even Grace Rod. Oh, that's very, very plain. Oh, it does get a little bit better. Although the angle of it's a little bit weird. It would be slightly nicer if it was facing this way when it was opened up. Still, I like that. Now that's better than I was thinking, although your coat kind of clips into it. Not bad. Don't love it, but I don't hate it. Ah, and it's actually a different model for Summon and Scholar. That's super rare for like a lot of these generic-y ones, especially for like the first set. Though I suppose they have been getting more different more often. It's more the tome stuff that tends to be the same. It's alright. A little bit generic, but that's nice, but I don't like how it's like up at the top, it's uneven. That makes me uncomfortable. And last but not least, Red Mage. Well, I really like the... I don't even know what this is called, I can't remember. This thing. I really like that, that's a nice design. Weapon... alright, I don't hate that. Seems a tiny bit, like, thin, like a needle, but don't hate it. But yes, as I said, I will skip to a second later where I've got all the gear and the minion too. We'll show them off. But yeah. So here we go. Here's all of the gear that I finally got. It didn't take that long. But yes, with that, here's Mr. Minion. So, with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one for more Eden. I wonder what we'll have next. I'm gonna guess Ifrit and Garuda, and then 2 other voidy things, maybe? No? We'll see. Anyways, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.